Hello children, how are you all? Fine. Myself Swati Jayawant Kokate. Today I am going to teach you geography lesson number 1, environment. So come on, take out your books, open your books, come to lesson number 1, environment. Ready? So let me explain you what is environment. Have you gone through this word? Anytime have you listened this word environment? Yeah? Yes. Till standard 4th you had a separate subject, that is environmental science. So tell me, what did you study in environmental science? Did you study grammar part? Nouns, pronouns, adjective, did you study it? No. You had studied about plants, animals, human beings, different types of houses, isn't it? So environment is the study of our neighborhood, right? So I can tell that environment is, you have listened, you are very much familiar with this word environment. So we are going to study a very interesting lesson in detailed form, that is geography lesson number 1, environment. Fine. Now take a pencil in your hand to write down or to underline the words which you find difficult and learn the spellings too. Ready with it? Come. So children, till now you have learnt about in environmental science about different animals, different birds, different types of houses, and also about, that is about all living organisms as well as non-living things. So we can tell that environment consists of both living as well as non-living things. Whatever we see around us, we call it as environment. It may consist of living as well as non-living things. Let us see a story about a boy, little boy Ravi, who is there, who is going to school after a long vacation. This story is in your textbook. You can read it afterwards. So this boy, after a long vacation, he is going to school. While going, he sees that nearby his school one playground was there. Okay, and after school or in intervals or in recess, he used to come and play there. He used to play with his friends, he used to have a talk with his friends there. And what happened? He found that the playground was dug. Means many people while coming, he had listened that they are going to construct a huge building. Okay, they were going to construct a huge building of many flats together there. Then it was good thing for them that yeah, this environment is changing and they are going to build a huge building over the ground. But for Ravi, was it a good news to him? Yeah. If your ground will be dug and there if a huge building used to be constructed, will you be happy children? Yes, obviously your answer will be no, because you want to play on playground, you want to enjoy there, and if everywhere there will be buildings and only buildings of cements, where you will play, there will be no playgrounds, there will be no trees, so automatically no birds, no small animals. Like this, what will happen? They will not enjoy anywhere. So there was a huge building to be constructed. Just Ravi was almost in tears. He was very upset, and when he went to the assembly, there also principal, she told that, see children, how this environment is changing. So again his questions were there in his mind that why madam told, principal madam, that the environment is changing. So when he went in the class, he asked to his teacher that why madam told why this environment is changing. Then teacher told that let me explain you this lesson in detail. Okay. Then what things do you find in environment? Madam, she asked. He told that I find many tables, fans, books, okay, teachers, friends I find. So teacher told that yes, environment consists of both living as well as non-living things. So now after a long vacation he was very upset. This story we have seen. So how did the teacher explain him other things? How they interacted to know again in detail form what is environment, what things consist in detail form. Let us see. So teacher explained that whatever you see around you all is environment. Fine. Then Ravi answered, whether this table, fan, everything which is non-living, that is also environment. Then teacher told, yeah, that is also a part of, even garbage, whatever you see, that is also a part of your environment. But then the teacher told that some objects like natural, they are from nature, they are not man-made, they directly come from nature, and that are called as natural environment. Now tell me, what things do you get from nature? Do you get television? No. Then what things do you get from nature? Come on, tell me. Yeah, you get water from nature, rivers are natural, fine, again trees are natural, birds, animals, correct. All these things are natural. Now tell me, what are man-made things, human-made? Yeah, tell me. Fine. You can find pens on the trees? No. Then these pen, mobiles, televisions or tables, benches which are made by human beings are called as human-made products, or these are not natural, they are human-made things. Now for homework, just make a list of creation of natures, okay, and by human made. Just make 2 columns and you can list out the things which are natural, and here side by you can write which are, yeah, human made. Means 2 things you have to write, okay. Just for 2 spellings also there should be correct. You can list any 10 objects also, fine. Now let us begin with the explanation of this word environment, from where this word has come, okay. This term environment has derived from a French word environner, E-N-V-I-R-O-N-E-R, environner. This means neighborhood, okay. Neighborhood means it may consist of our people, students, children, animal and all these things. So this one word term environment has derived from a French word environner. This may be asked for 1 mark question or objectives also, children. So MCQs and all. So remember well and underline this word also, environner, and it is from the French language, fine. So all these places, things, people and nature that surrounds any living thing, okay, or any living organism is called as environment. So can you tell me, children, why is the environment changing? Now principal had told, she was also not so happy with that ground is dug and the building is to be constructed. Why she was not happy? She also told sadly that see children, how this environment is changing. Can you tell me? Yeah, think on it. Why this environment is changing? Yes, because see how human beings used to live previously during many of 1000 years ago. They used to live in jungles, they used to travel on animals like horses or elephants or camels like this. So nowadays how do we travel? We travel on 2-wheelers, 4-wheelers, okay. Then we travel by train, and the fastest means that is aeroplanes, okay, helicopters and all like this. So these things whatever have become very fast, this generation, or you can see the economy is running very fast. So our needs, okay, whatever now today what is there is again, what we tell is again improving day by day. So our needs, today we require a 1 BHK, tomorrow again when you earn more, your requirements will increase, you require good furniture. For that furniture again what you want? Trees to be cut, isn't it? then whether these trees and all, whether it will be developed or whether they will, what you can say, build, or you can say whether they will grow within one day or a week or a month. No, what it takes a lot of time to grow, and our needs, the population is increasing, our needs are increasing. So what we can tell, that this economy is modifying. Yeah, it is modifying, the economy is becoming fastest. But on the contrary, we can say that it is damaging, or it is not good for the ecosystem. Okay, so we can say that these things are changing. This is modifying, means we are modifying the trees. Okay, we are modifying the furnitures, we are using this wood. There was invention of wheel, so the fastest means of productions also, fastest means of things, transportation has also started. So we can see that the modifying, or the economy is modifying, means it is destroying the natural environment. Obviously it is changing because our needs are increasing day by day. We are therefore modifying, and at times even destroying the environment or destroying the natural surrounding. So we can say that it is a combination of natural and non-made or man-made phenomena. For example, air, water, land, things, etc. So from the above conversation, students and teacher, we can understand that place, people, things and nature that surrounds us or that surrounds the living organism is called as environment. This definition or this meaning also you have to learn. What? The place, people, things and nature that surrounds any living organism is called environment. The natural environment refers to both biotic and non-biotic. Now come to page number 2. Yeah, I have to tell you what are biotic and non-biotic or abiotic things. Okay, the world is living. Okay, the world is a living organism. Examples of biotic are plants and animals. Fine. And the world of non-living things is called as abiotic. The world of living thing is biotic and the world of non-living things are abiotic. What are the examples of abiotic? Pen, pencil, books, whichever are non-living things can be counted in abiotic. Now children, I am going to explain you these components of environment. Come to this paragraph or come to this chart of components of environment. What are the components of environment? They are consisted or they comprises of natural, human made and human. These three parts are there in components of environment. It is of natural, human made and human. Now what things come in natural? In the first paragraph also I have explained you what things come in natural. Things which are not made by human, they come directly from the nature. Which are those things? Yes, air, water, land and living, that is living things, that is biosphere. This biosphere, lithosphere and all I am going to explain you in the next session. Fine. So what are components of environment? Natural, human made and human. Now we have seen natural. Okay, in natural we have seen the things whatever comes directly from the nature, which we human beings don't have to take efforts for that, like air, water, these we have seen in natural. Fine. And then we are going to see now what are human made. Human made, yes, we depend on these natural things, but we again have to modify it. Which things we have seen there? Let us see in this chart. They are buildings, parks, gardens, bridges, roads, monuments, industries, factories, schools, colleges, etc. These human have made, isn't it? Human beings means human have constructed these using the natural resources, or which are natural things. We have used it and we have modified it. Why we have modified? For our consumption or for our use. We should find it very comfortable to use. So here now industries, find temples or parks, bridges, roads, monuments, industries. These all things are human made, isn't it? So now first thing in these components of environment, we have seen nature, second we have seen human made. Okay. Now third point we are going to study is human. Now what this human consists? Okay, what now we have seen this natural as well as human made. But now again we are going to come to the third part. What is this human? Any idea? Yeah? Okay, come to this again to this chart. It consists individual, family, community as a whole, then it comes under religion, educational, economic and political situations. So nor it is human made, nor it is natural. Okay, we have done some rules and regulations for this and we can find it in this human part. Again let me repeat, what is this human consist or comprises of? It comprises of individual, family, community, religion, educational, economic and political situations. Without these also things are very important for our environment, isn't it? So from the above conversation we have understood that all these components are also very important. Now let us go to the natural environment. This chart, if you again for homework or for practice, again first I have told to just go through the two things, that is you have to bifurcate non-human made things and natural things. 10 examples you can write. Now second one, simple homework I am giving you to draw this simple chart. So it will be easy to and you can remember as soon as teacher teaches, you can draw that chart and it will be easy to understand, and very simple it is on textbook page number 2. Now we are going to come to natural environment. Fine. What is natural environment? Now environment we have learnt that from starting teacher is explaining, introducing what is environment. From 4th standard or till 4th standard we had a separate subject. Now what is natural environment? Okay, yeah. Natural environment is or comprises of land, water, air, plants, animals, birds, etc. You are familiar with the meaning of all these things. Okay, you have studied. But again, here we are going to study in detail. Now new words are there. Underline with your pencil in your textbook. Lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere and biosphere. Yeah, underline, you will get the meanings in details afterwards. First underline it at least. Okay. You have somewhere last year also these words you have gone through, but it were not in so detailed forms, or you must have forgotten also. That things may happen. So again we are going to revise these things. Let us learn more facts about this domain. Domain means, just underline that word domain and write area, only the area. It may be of water, land, whatever. So underline and write it area. Fine. Domain is area. Now what is lithosphere, children? Here let me come to the point. Lithosphere is a solid crust or the hard top layer of the earth. Fine. So it is made up of rocks, minerals and covered by a thin layer of soil. So what is lithosphere? Lithosphere yeah, just tick mark. If I ask you for 1 or 2 mark meaning, you have to write lithosphere is a solid crust or a hard top layer of the earth. It is a hard top layer of the earth. It is made up of rocks and minerals, and it is covered with a thin layer of soil. Fine. It is an irregular surface. Irregular means not plain. Whether you find on earth, everywhere the land is equal. Yeah, everywhere, wherever you go, the land is equal and same as it is everywhere. No, this land you find somewhere mountains, somewhere it is plain, somewhere hills. So this is uneven, or you can say irregular. Irregular surface means it is not plain. It is somewhere up, somewhere down, like this. Somewhere plains you find, somewhere you find hills, somewhere you find deserts, like this. The types of lands also differ everywhere as you pass by. So it is an irregular surface with various landforms such as mountains, plateaus, plains, valleys, hills, etc. Landforms are found over continents and also on the ocean floor. So where are these landforms found? Landforms are found over the continents and also on the ocean floors. Okay. Lithosphere is now, where this lithosphere, where is that area? It is an area that provides us. So what is the use for human being? Why we are talking this? Why we are explaining all this in natural or in this natural environment? Okay, what is the need? Yes, without land can we live? Can we survive? No, because we need this area, that is lithosphere, or this area where we find land. In what, for what things we require? Can you plant these trees in air? No, for this you require land. Can you build your buildings or constructions in the air or on the water? No, for that also you require land. So we can say that lithosphere is the area which provides forests, grasslands for grazing and land for agriculture, for human settlements too. Means see, now on the land we sow seeds, we get products or we get fruits, we get any production from this agriculture which the farmers or which the human being is trying their best to give good product. So without land is it possible? No. So for human settlement, so why this in a natural environment? What is lithosphere? In simple words, lithosphere is the surface area or the hard outermost solid surface of the earth, that is where we find a thin layer of soil. And why these things are required? For agriculture, for human settlement. Human settlements means where we live, like our buildings are there, like where we construct our houses, where we go to schools, in school buildings, colleges, or even we go for park, we go to play on playground. All these things are there in this lithosphere. So landforms are called as lithosphere. It may be of ocean floors also. So it is also a source of mineral wealth. What are minerals, children? Mineral wealth? Yes, mineral wealth means what things we get, what are required. Not only soil is there or stones are there in this soil. Many minerals we find in the earth's surface. Like you can find coal, which is useful for human beings to burn. We gold mines, we can get gold, isn't it? So many things we get from this mineral wealth. This is very important part of natural environment that is lithosphere. Now just take a revision on the part. Just I will ask you some questions, whether you are understanding or no. Environment, okay, from which French word has this word derived? Yes? Don't see the book, just remember. Yes, correct. Environner, which means, what does it mean? It means neighborhood, correct. Again, we have seen biotic and abiotic. What it consists? Biotic consists of all living organisms and abiotic is consists of or it comprises of all non-living things. Fine. Then we have seen components of environment. In that we have seen natural, human made and human made. Okay. Then and human, sorry, third one. Then we have seen that natural environment. In that three types we are going to see. First one we have seen lithosphere. In that we have seen what is lithosphere, what it comprises of, or what are the domain, what are the areas which come under natural environment. It consists of plains, plateaus, hills, mountains, fine, etc., etc. Now we are going to see here what is next one is the domain of water is referred to hydrosphere. So now second point we are going to see after lithosphere we are going to come for hydrosphere. Now what is hydrosphere? The domain of water or the area of water is called as hydrosphere. Now where do you find water? Yeah, on land only, but where things, in what things do you get sources of water you can call? Yeah, yes, we find in rain, river, valleys, okay, sea, lakes, oceans, all these things are called water bodies and it is essential. Without water no one can live. So this is also very important part, that is hydrosphere. The domain or the area of water is referred to hydrosphere. It consists or it comprises of various sources of water and different types of water bodies like rivers, lake, well, seas, oceans, etc. It is essential for all living organisms. First one we have learnt lithosphere, it consists of land, and next one we have seen that hydrosphere, very simple, you have to just remember of water. So just revise this lesson children, whatever things are told do it for homework, complete it for homework, and in next topic we will continue the lesson. Thank you.